What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Ed Redditch. We're gonna jump right into this Sunday breakdown. It's actually currently Monday. It's 12:53, almost 1 a.m., but judge your mama. Let's jump straight into it, right? So, what I like to do is top-down analysis, right? Nothing crazy. It's not rocket science, right? I'm looking for areas of interest, key areas, supply and demand, support and resistance. I mean, it's simple, stupid. I like to keep things simple, stupid, right? Okay, so boom, let's jump back and tap into the beginners for a minute, right? Get over here to this ribbon, get your watch list. You got that set up, right? You know, we did that in the last video. So I want to trade Us30. That's what I trade New York Open. First thing you're gonna want to do is come over here to the left side. You see this? It's actually the second category. Go to this arrow here. You notice all these different tools, right? And there's several different categories of several other tools. But if you go to a list and you on the right hand side, you hover your mouse over it, this star will pop up, right? And this is so you can set up a toolbar and have access to tools that you use on the regular, right? So the first thing I would tell you to do is go to this horizontal line and star that one, right? We're also going to go down here to this rectangle, where this rectangle is, and usually I think normally it starts out with the brush. So if you don't see the rectangle there, it's probably the brush, but then go into that list, highlight that rectangle as well. Literally, as a beginner, honestly, you probably should put your position indicators as well. So we'll go ahead and put it long and short. Long is buys, short is sells. That's what we're doing here. Market is going up, so we'd be going in for buys, right? And usually these boxes would be red and green. I make my green box blue just because it matches my candles. I like my up candles to be blue, my down candles to be black, but I keep the position indicator negative red just for the sake of when you're in the red, you're in the red. And then vice versa for a short position as well. Just the colors are flip-flop. This is my stop loss. Yours would be green, mine is blue, but that's my TP, or where I would be in profit, right? So boom, toolbar here. And to access this toolbar, there's a little star down here in the bottom left corner. You just highlight or deselect that toolbar come up. You can move it and put it wherever you want. I usually keep it up this way to keep it out of the way. And look, I'm gonna jump right into it. Out the gate, this one here are indicators. Now the free version is gonna allow you to use up to 2 free. If you pay, you can use more, but just for the sake of this video and just drop some game, give you some knowledge, some free game. Fluid trades, SMC light, that's going to mark up your areas of interest, your supplies and demands for you. Starting out, I would definitely advise charting your supplies and demands by sight first, but what you'll find is you want to get is as efficient as possible. But right, so just once you click up here, search fluid, that should pop up. Once you hit it once, it'll automatically put it on the chart. As you can see, I've added it twice, right? So if you do that, make that mistake as well, just bring your mouse over it, hover it over it, and click the little trash can right there, and it'll get rid of that there for you. And if you notice, it also shows you breaks of structure, right? So we fat finger, sorry, let's go move this up out the way. We'll push this arrow to close our indicators. If you drop it down, it'll show you all the indicators you have on that chart. But you see what it's done? It's automatically drawn out my demands for me, right? Currently we have no significant supplies because we've been breaking them all because we're in this bullish run up. You see what I'm saying? This is a lot of data right here. So each one of those candles, right? Each one of these candles is 30 days worth of price action. That's a lot of data right there. All right. So boom, let's mark out a couple areas of interest, a couple areas that I like. I see a few right now that just grabs my attention, right? And that's essentially what I'm looking for. I'm looking for areas that price came to and had a reaction. Price came to here, body closed at this point here, and then shot up, right? Same thing here. Price came to here, body closed here, rejected it here, nice move to the south side, came back up to retest, and then dumped, right? This down here is what they would call a liquidity sweep. This is what I'm going to call it. I think most people would call it that as well, right? But there are orders here, right? There are standing orders here. There's money here. There are big orders here. On top of this break of structure, right? This is where price finally broke out of this consolidation here, right? This area, all of this here is consolidation. I would consider all of this. This is where your rectangle tool comes in handy. All of this zone here, I'm going to call consolidation. And right, we finally on this candle here was able to break it here, this previous high, right? And then price finally made its way back down to sweep that liquidity from where all the orders, the people bought in here for the move up. So price comes down, sweep this liquidity, and then makes a crazy move to the upside, right? And realistically, we can mark the highs here. I'm not going to. I like to keep my lines as clean as possible, but before we leave the monthly time frame, click the line or whatever tool or inch shape you got on your chart. Hit that lock button if you don't want it to move. Go over here to settings. You can actually add notes to it. I'm going to indicate that this is my monthly, so no matter what time frame I'm on, I'll know exactly what time frame that area or that marker came from, right? So let's keep it moving, right? I like that. That's cool for the month. That's the thing. The monthly time frame isn't going to change as much, right? I've got 18 days left on this monthly candle, so we can get a lot of movement in this candle. This candle can come all the way up here, come all the way back down here. We got a lot of time before this candle closes, right? Let's go ahead and jump down to the weekly, do the same thing. Also, hover your mouse down here towards the middle of the screen, no matter where you at on TradingView, hover down here. If your chart is discombobulated, let's say you get lost and can't find it. You've zoomed in so much, you have no idea where the chart is. You're moving this around, you're lost, you're confused, don't know what to do. Hover your mouse down here to the middle. Hit this little reset button to automatically bring you back to where you need to be, right? And so, like I said, jump down. If you want me to dig deeper into a certain area, jump down into the comment sections. I'll drop gems when I can, when it comes across my mind, but I'm not going to remember everything at one time. So if it's something specifically you want to see, look how this area line or that line from the monthly chart lined up almost perfectly with the previous supply turn demand on the weekly. Right, so really what we can do here is notate that this area looks great on the weekly as well. And so basically what we're doing is building confluences, right? This one not so much. That demand's highlighted, and then what you can do is keep those indicators, and then I mark the top side of what the indicator shows as my area of interest, right? So I'm gonna mark this as my weekly demand. We'll keep that as a weekly demand. That I'll know is my weekly supply. And so that's the thing. You tailor it to how you operate. There's a couple more areas I like that. I mean, this is not a bad area. This is where we would get some potential interference, or areas where we could expect price to have some sort of reaction. Once again, stay organized. Notate right then so you don't forget later. And as we go further down time frames to smaller time frames, we'll start adjusting these lines that we're putting on. So we're getting kind of heavy right now, but it's not too bad. Like I said, we're on a higher time frame, so it's a bit jumbled right now. I'm not focusing too much down here because if we make it to down here, price is selling off tremendously. And by that point, I would already have been in sales or hope to have been in sales. And if I wasn't, I probably wouldn't even be taking a trade. So a lot of this is, what you don't want to do is get too far into, what's the word? Predicting, right? So boom, let's move along. Daily time frame, once again, you lost, hit the reset. We'll come back in here. Boom, I like this area here for the daily. I'll lock that. Daily. Some people change the colors. I kind of like this area now. So we'll like that. I'm gonna lock that up. This one ain't bad. And it's all, there's no right or wrong. It's like, look at that, that looks way better, right? There's no right or wrong. It's whatever sticks out to, oh shit. So boom, good example, right? I accidentally deleted that instead of locking it, right? So up here, you see this backwards arrow, U-turn, whatever you want to call it, hit that, and it'll take you back. You can go back as far as, I don't know how far you can go back. I've never like sat there and tried to go back as far as I wanted to, or just sat there to try to see how far I could go, but but don't worry, if you feel like you lost something, let's say I delete all of this on accident, right? Whoops. Go back. See that? 4 hour. Let's reset. Come up. Boom. Let's drop a little knowledge in here again too, right? Message. So now that we're below the daily, right, we'll go over here to the bottom right corner. You see this shape here? Go down and go to more settings. Go to more settings, and this is where you set up your chart, right? You can change the color of your candles. This is how I have my candles, black and blue. Status line, there's a plethora of things that you can change about your chart. But what I want to point out right now is this pink dotted line that I have on my chart, right? So you go to that same shape, but instead you go to lines and you highlight this previous day close. You see how I deselected it and now that pink dotted line is gone? So now what all it's doing is showing me, no matter what time frame I'm on, it's going to show me where previous day close is no matter what. So it's basically just like, it's like a marker on a map. It's just showing you where home base is. Look at it like that. So right, that's previous day close. So I like that area there, right? Which is right on top of this previous supply turn demand on the 4 hour. Beautiful. It's just, it's almost like you see it so much, and then it's like, it's so simple. It's like, it can't be this simple. You start telling yourself, but look at that. Look at the rejection off of this area here, right? Imagine none of this price being here. We just got this here, and then price is right here, and it flies up past this, comes and rejects beautifully off that same exact area over this stack. That's why you look for areas and not specific. Like, okay, if I was looking specifically for 48,312, I never would have made it. I wouldn't have made that trade because price never came back down here to this zone. It came close. That's why you look for areas. And then you want to stack your confluences. You know, honestly, you really only need one reason. I only need one reason to get in the trade. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. But boom. I kind of like this area too. That's not a bad area. 4 hour. Right? And so I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna go through just about every time frame, only because I'm trying to get away from scalping. I'd like to swing, honestly. I want to risk smaller and hold for longer. Try and make a little more money. So realistically, what I'd like to see tomorrow, or I guess tonight through London, is to see previous day retested, right? I want to see, I done deleted all of my I deleted all of my tools so I can show you guys the beginner stages. But so realistically, what I want to see is sometime between now and market open tomorrow, I want to see price come down here, retest previous day close, right? Give me some kind of price action, maybe even sweep through there, but then slowly but surely make its way back up to all-time highs. That's essentially what I want to see. I'm definitely still bullish. Everything, all of these time frames are bullish. Look at that. Every time frame is bullish. There's nothing bearish about these higher time frames. Perfect pullback on the daily, right? This previous day, that was Thursday, December 11th, price crazy close above this previous supply turn demand, or supply wasn't turned to demand, created the new demand here with this candle on Friday, December the 12th, the day after, and then Monday, December 15th, which is today, price is currently making its way up to these previous highs here. So that's what I'm looking for US30 to do today, Monday. So boom. Tell me what you think, man. Jump down in the comments. Let me know what you think gonna happen before market open, or what you saw. We could go down further with the top-down analysis, but literally all you're doing is literally what I showed you on the higher time frames, on the smaller time frames. That's literally like a top-down analysis is. So the smaller time frames give you a more detailed version of the story, right? And so the deeper you want to get into this, because like you realistically, you could go to a 1 second chart if you want. That moves crazy. We're not even gonna dig into that. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. But wrap that up, man. It's been a minute since I did a Sunday breakdown, but we definitely gonna stay on top of this, man. So be on the lookout for many more of these Sunday breakdowns. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay positive. I'll holler at y'all.